Hi, welcome to the first view from 202. I am coming from the living room of one Blaze Misculin, editor and publisher of the Lodi Valley Chronicle, and I want to thank Blaze for all of his help getting this off the ground. Doing a live stream I've been talking about for since I got elected, so I'm pleased that we're finally able to make it happen tonight. I'm hoping that this is going to be a bi-weekly event, so stay tuned. Blaze and I have visions of us being able to do this from lots of different locations. So we hope to feature some of our local businesses and perhaps parks and just be out and about around Lodi. Every other Wednesday, I will fill you in on what's happening from City Hall and what exciting things are going on. And then I will have a guest with me. Tonight's guest will be Kristi McMorris, who is the director of the Lodi and Lake Wisconsin Chamber of Commerce. Kristi's going to be joining me in about 10 or 15 minutes. She is at a thing out at Log Tavern as we speak, so she'll be coming in a few. I wanted to start off tonight, first of all, by acknowledging a really significant loss for our community. Many of you have heard that Jim Ness, my predecessor as mayor, passed away yesterday, very unexpectedly, and it leaves a really big hole in our community. Jim was a wonderful, kind, thoughtful, caring man. He loved his two daughters beyond reason, and he loved this community so much, and he gave so many years of his life. He was on city council on and off, but more on and off for probably close to 30 years, served on many, many committees and commissions, was our mayor for 4 years and was a good mayor. And he's just going to leave a big hole in our community. You probably know also he was, I think, treasurer of the curling club for years and years and years. That was one of his great passions. And he could often be seen at Katie's. That was his favorite hangout. I just want to send out my thoughts and sympathies to the Ness family and tell Vicki and Jamie I'm deeply sorry. And stay tuned. The council and the city staff will be discussing some type of memorial to honor Jim here in the city. And I'll keep you posted on that. So my thoughts go out to the Ness family and lots of sympathies, and please keep their family in your thoughts. So let's start off with who is Ann Groves Lloyd? Well, lots of you have known me for many, many years. One thing Jim and I had in common is we were both several generations into being Lodi residents. My family settled here in the 1860s, and Lodi has given me the foundation and the anchor that I had wanted all my life, and that I felt privileged to have. I went off to UW-Madison my freshman year of college, lasted 1 year living in Madison. My grade point indicated that that was not a good place for me to be if college success was something I wanted. So back to Lodi, I scurried and have not lived anywhere else since. But I wound up getting eventually 3 degrees from UW-Madison and worked there for nearly 30, well, a little over 30 years, retiring in 2018. But I realized that after about 20 years on campus that Lodi was really a bedroom community for me. I, like everybody else, got in a long line of cars in the morning that went to Madison and spent my days there, my evenings there. I was often a full-time grad student, well, working full-time. And when some health issues arose in 2011 and I needed to make some changes, I realized that someday I was going to retire and I wanted my sort of after UW career to be here in Lodi. This is where I wanted to get back. So Paul Fisk was nice enough to nominate me or appoint me to the Utilities Commission, and a couple years later appointed me to an open position on City Council, and I ran for a couple terms after that. And I ran for the state assembly in 2018, did not get elected, and just kind of stepped back and tried to figure out what I was going to do, and realized that our country is splintered in a lot of ways, and running again for a partisan office did not hold a lot of appeal to me. And there's been a saying for years and years that all everything's local. Where you can make a difference is local. And I realized that we can carve out the kind of community we want here in Lodi, and have control over that ourselves. We're not necessarily dependent on outside policies to create the culture and kind of community that we want. So with that in mind, I threw my hat in the ring and was incredibly honored to get elected in April. I have lots of ideas for our community, and honestly, right now, I need to slow my roll a little bit. And this has been a few months, and will be a few more months of kind of making sure all of our ducks, pun intended, are in a row with the city administration and all the stuff we're doing. But I would like to invite you all to get involved in whatever ways you want to get involved. I worked most of my career with volunteers, students, and professional associations and service organizations. And I know the power of volunteers, and I know the power of passionate people, and we can do anything. We can create anything, and our community can be anything we want it to be. But my vision depends a lot on everyone's involvement and engagement. And to that end, when we finish tonight, Blaze is going to post a link on the Lodi Valley Chronicle website for those who didn't get a chance to view this stimulating conversation with me live. They'll be able to watch it recorded on the YouTube channel. But also, we will be posting a link, and it's to a very brief survey that just asks you to indicate one of 5 different or 7 different areas you could volunteer to get involved in. One is our parks. Another one is we're currently evaluating 2 different locations for a dog park, one in the city limits and one outside of the city limits. We need to get a group together to create a vision for the community, and so I'd love some assistance with that. Economic development is key to our growth here in Lodi, and getting elected during a pandemic, probably not the best timing on the planet, but we are all in this together, as we all know, and so economic development has to be high on our priority. Immediate future is keeping the businesses we have here in business and thriving, and Kristi is going to be joining me in just a minute to talk about how we can help with that. But economic development, both retail and industrial, has to be on our radar, and along with that, tourism, and all of those things go hand in hand. I started a dream about a year ago that Blaze helped me with, and it's called Lodi, It's Only Natural, and with some fabulous community folks, we came up with a vision. Lodi, It's Only Natural is an initiative focused on environmental sustainability, conservation, and stewardship. We live in one of the most beautiful places in the world. We are so blessed to inhabit this amazing valley, and it seems that is the #1 reason why people have either stayed here their whole lives or have chosen to move here. So we think getting involved with preserving our natural surroundings, leaving a lighter footprint here for our children and grandchildren and generations beyond, is something we need to be paying attention to. So you'll be hearing more about Lodi, It's Only Natural. I was hoping to launch this summer, but that with the pandemic made it a little difficult. So we will be doing a full launch next year. But the idea is that Lodi, It's Only Natural is an initiative that will go on for 5 or 10 years. And every year we have a theme. The year 2021 will be the year of love where you live. And we're going to be demonstrating, giving people lots of options to demonstrate how to love where you live. And the idea is that you don't have to be at a certain point in your own environmental consciousness or in conservation or recycling or any of those things. We just want to create ways for people to get involved and leave a lighter footprint on our valley here, and maybe leave things a little better than they were when we arrived. So that's one of the options on this survey. Another one is doing a common book or a common read for the fall, winter here in town. Ideally, I was thinking focused on developing awareness and empathy for the experiences of people of color. So I'm asking for a group of volunteers to get together to figure out some book options or a book that we might want to pursue for this fall. So that would be another one. And then the last one is open to suggestions. So you can, on this survey, indicate any ideas you have for community initiatives and ways that you can see or things that you can see making our community a better place for all of us to live and thrive. Before I invite Kristi over, a couple of reminders. One is we are in a pandemic. I'm sitting in Blaze's living room, socially distanced from him, and Kristi will be socially distanced from me. But please wear your mask. I'm beginning to accumulate a lot of them in all sorts of fun colors and patterns. We need folks to be wearing these. When you're in spaces, in retail stores, in any indoor establishment, you must be wearing your mask. And if you're outside and unable to socially distance, please wear your mask. Now, I said you must. That must is a moral imperative. It is not an ordinance in Lodi. It is not a rule in Lodi. Chief Smith and his fabulous police department are not going to stop you if you are not wearing a mask. However, when we talk about this being a community and all of us taking care of one another and watching out for one another, masks make a difference. I heard today that up to 95% of spread can be stopped by simply wearing a mask. It's not rocket science. It's not political. Infecting those we love is not a political issue. Please, if you are able, wear a mask. If you don't have a mask, reach out to me. I will happily find you a mask. But this is the one way that we can make our community as healthy as possible and limit the risk to our most vulnerable, of which I will freely admit I am one. I have asthma, I have diabetes, I'm in the at-risk pool. So when you put this on, you're doing me a favor, and I promise when I run into you anywhere, I will have my mask on as well. So please wear a mask. Second, it's absentee voting time. We have a primary election coming up on August. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I can't think of the date. Anyway, coming right up in August is a primary election. And our new clerk, we have a wonderful new clerk at City Hall. Her name is Brenda Ayers. And Brenda will be overseeing our elections. The election is actually on August 11th, and you can request absentee ballots be mailed to you up until August 6th at 5 p.m. The best way to go is to myvote.wi.gov. Again, that's myvote.wi.gov. At that website, if you haven't before, you can take your driver's license and snap a photo of it and submit a picture of your driver's license and all your info and request an absentee ballot. Once that's uploaded, you're all set to go and you don't have to do it again. And so it's super easy. There's a scan, there are many scan apps you can download onto your phone. So you can just use a scan app and scan your driver's license front and back, upload the JPEG or the PDF into the Wisconsin or myvote.wi.gov. And then for every election, if you don't feel comfortable going down to the polls, you just go in, check a box, and our fabulous clerk will mail you your ballot. That goes for whether you're living in the town of Lodi, town of West Point, town of Dane, village of Dane, anywhere else. Go to myvote.wi.gov, and we need people out and voting. So please take time to be involved. And of course, we have a huge election coming up on November 6th. I think, and one last thing, be thoughtful of your friends and neighbors when you are out and about, along with wearing a mask indoors. Picking up after your pet is a beautiful thing. Picking up after yourself is a beautiful thing. Please don't litter. Please don't leave boxes of garbage out by the curb. Let's keep our community as beautiful as it is when we're not here. And that means being good stewards of our own behavior. I get complaints constantly. There is an ordinance in Lodi that says it's not legal for us to have our dogs do their business on someone's lawn. That is not legal. However, we all have, those of us who have dogs know that a dog's colon does not work on our timeline. It occasionally happens. Take a bag with you. Please pick up after your pets. Be nice. Kids run in our lawns, we run in our lawns barefoot. Nobody likes to step in dog dew. It's unsightly, it is unhealthy. Please just be good neighbors and take care of one another and be respectful. If you have reminders that we can share with folks, please email them to me. My email address is agrovesloyd@cityoflodi.us, and I'll make sure we get that posted as well. But I welcome to hear any and all thoughts from the residents of our beautiful community. So I think that's about it. Kristi has arrived from her other obligation. Kristi, come on over. It is my great pleasure to introduce Kristi McMorris.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. How are things?
Good. Things are great.
Why don't you tell everybody where you were before this?
I was over at the Best of Awards at Log Tavern for our businesses in Lodi.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Were there a lot of people there?
There were a number of them there. Yeah.
Good.
It's an off night, so not many can make it, and a few things came up. But It was so exciting to see them winning awards, and
wonderful.
I can't say who won what. I know. They said this isn't published, and I was like, you can't.
Oh, you're kidding me! I was hoping you'd be a big reveal.
I can't say, but oh my goodness, it's so exciting to see.
Excellent. That's fabulous.
Yeah.
When will they be announced?
Tomorrow.
Wonderful. Yep. All right. So watch for the alert, everybody,
yeah.
and be sure and support and congratulate our businesses.
Yeah, it's super exciting. We have some great businesses here.
We do.
Right?
We
do. have some great places, and Lodi and Lake Wisconsin is such a thriving business community.
It is.
And
really
they
is.
most certainly deserve these Best of Awards.
Absolutely.
They are.
Awesome. Well, thank you for taking time to come join us tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy to do it.
Working mom, you get pulled in 80 directions. and
absolutely.
You're what, half-time as director of the chamber?
Just under
half-time. Oh, just under full-time?
Just under full-time.
Ah, okay. So, and juggling like all our parents, juggling having the kids home and helping them with school and everything else, you are Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
One of the great things that as mayor, Kristi and I talk every week about what we can be working on together to be supporting our local businesses, and this has been such a difficult time.
It has.
Kristi has been doing just amazing work, and when you think of the chamber, we often think of members of the chamber, but this is a time, yes, of course, there are still members of the chamber, but Kristi has been doing her best to support all of our businesses.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about how folks are doing right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I think everybody is okay. In general, they're okay. Some are doing really, really well. Some are, just getting by. But for the most part, our community has come together and they're getting by. They're figuring out this is all uncharted territory for everybody across the board. Not one person had this in their back pocket that, COVID pandemic, let me pull this out. This was my plan A, B, and C to get through it. Nobody had that, right?
Yeah.
So, in general, I think everybody's doing okay.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
But we can all be doing more, obviously.
Absolutely.
So if you could give all of us a couple pieces of advice as to how we can best support our local businesses. And I will take one quick moment to say the pandemic and what we've been going through as a world has brought so many things into very stark relief. One of the things that's brought home for me is how blessed we are to live here.
Yeah.
To be able to go down to the Pig and the Piggly Wiggly Main Street Market and get the groceries I need. And Tegan has just done an amazing job of letting us know what's in stock and what might be out of stock for a little bit of time. They have been delivering orders and doing curbside pickup and have, sanitizing everything. I mean, she's just done an amazing job. Also, the Lodi Sausage Company, and to know that all of that wonderful meat there is locally grown and raised and produced. And I mean, there are just so many blessings about being here. And I've had a chance to poke my head into a few shops lately, and it's just, we have everything here.
We do.
And so anyway, back to what suggestions would you have for us?
Yeah, I would say maybe rethink why you go out of our city limits, if at all possible. And if there's any reason you can stay within local, stay here. Support these people. These are the people that have your kids' backs in a normal sports season, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones supporting them. They're the ones that live here. They're in the thick of the community. If you can, stay here. Maybe come up with reasons to shop here. Maybe you got a stimulus check that you didn't necessarily need to use, and you're just trying to find ways to spend it, which would be wonderful. Maybe think of ways that you can plug that back into your community where you live. You know?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I know a lot of us are doing takeout. The restaurants that have outdoor seating, it's fabulous.
Yeah.
The restaurants I've been to are doing an amazing job with face shields and masks worn by servers, obvious sanitation and things being disposable menus and things. So when I've gotten carry out or eaten outside of places, I felt very safe, and it's been a joy to have someone else cook for a change. Thank you.
Right?
Yeah, that's been huge.
Yeah. I will say that our businesses have gone above and beyond any requirements or guidelines or suggestions that are out there.
Excellent.
To put our community mind at ease.
Excellent.
You know, we're so close to Dane County, which has its own set of guidelines. Columbia County is a little bit different. Their guidelines, still, if you read through them, are fantastic, and they've been great. But our businesses really, as a whole, have said, you know, we're going to take it a step above, and we're going to make sure that we are clean. We're going to make sure that everybody feels completely safe.
Excellent.
And that's what you get in small towns.
Yeah.
That's what you get. You get that care, you get that love and concern, because those business owners know you. They know us. We see them out and about. We see them walking our dogs. We see them around. So they love you and they care about you.
Absolutely. You know? And the retail businesses I've been in, and remember, I'm going to keep grabbing the mask. You know, our retail folks are wearing their masks. Please show your support and respect for them by wearing your mask when you go into their establishments. But I've noticed when I've gone into places, they've had masks on, and there has been plenty of distancing. And I'm constantly amazed at the variety. I go down looking for gifts for people, and am constantly astonished by a variety of amazing, artistic, creative, gorgeous stuff. I could spend forever in these stores poking around and finding treasures. I think my husband hopes I'll stop going into them. But I want to echo what Kristi's saying. There's so much stuff right here in our backyard. There are times when not having to go to Madison necessitates perhaps doing something that comes delivered to your door, stuff that we may not have here in Lodi. But for things that you know you can get here, support our businesses. Please, please, please take time to stop in. I used to, when I worked on campus at UW-Madison, a lot of the people I worked with had come to Madison to go to school and then never left. And for many of them, their family lived elsewhere, often around the world. And I would come in, and my colleague Leslie, who was a very dear friend, would say, "You had a Lodi morning, didn't you?" And those were the mornings where I got up and stopped at Weber's Bakery and David and Suzanne. You know, I got a donut, my favorite caramel donut there. And I might stop at Quick Trip and pick up, you know, my Diet Mountain Dew, and Joan Kahn waited on me there, and she's known me since I was a baby, and, you know, just name it. There were those mornings where it was just such a joy to be here and to walk into a place and they know you, and you just won't get any friendlier than our little small corner of the world.
You know, my parents were just here.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
A week and a half ago, and I got to see our town in fresh eyes.
Oh,
you know,
that was
when you
fun.
do live here and you just, oh yeah, I know that's there and that's there.
Sure.
And I was like, I want to see it all. And so we got to go in and go through the different shops and see it through her eyes. And I'm like, we actually do have a really cool town. This is really awesome. And we have so much here that we can just glean from. It's just wonderful.
Absolutely.
I love Lodi. I'm like Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Great
well,
area.
we're very blessed to have you here too. That's amazing. So a couple of things that Kristi and I specifically wanted to promote. One is the Ice Age Trail. We are one of, I think, 11 or so Ice Age Trail communities in the state. And this year is the 40th anniversary of the Ice Age Trail Alliance. And in October, they are holding the Mammoth Hike 40 Challenge.
Yes.
And you can sign up for this. And the idea, I believe, is to hike 40 miles.
Yep, within the Ice Age Trail community.
Yes.
Yep.
So there's an amazing app that you can download. There's a one-time fee for it, and all the Ice Age trails are on there. The Ice Age Trail is very near and dear to my family's heart because before my father passed away, he put most of our farm into a conservation easement with the Ice Age Trail Alliance. So 175 acres of our land will be there in perpetuity for folks to enjoy. And there is the Fern Glen Farm, Fern Glen segment of the Ice Age Trail goes right through our property.
Oh, wow.
And that will be there forever. And you can go down, there's a little spur that goes down to my great Aunt Susie's rock where she used to sit and read a book to get away from her siblings.
Oh.
And we've sprinkled family members' ashes there. There's a lovely bench there. It's a place of contemplation and peace. So the Ice Age Trail, and it plays a really important role in our community. We have some incredibly active people. Our trail folks earn awards all the time. They're very passionate about what they do. If you haven't had a chance to explore the Ice Age Trail, the Mammoth Hike 40 Challenge might be a great way to challenge yourself to get out and to really check out the trails around here. Have you had a chance to do much hiking on the Ice Age Trail?
I have not. No.
So we'll have to get you out. Maybe you and I can go out and do the Fern Glen segment.
Yeah.
I hadn't done it. My health hadn't really allowed me to until a couple of years ago. And the Groves come back to Wisconsin on Memorial Day every year on the Saturday, and we go up to the cemetery and do our thing up there, and then go out to the farm. And some of my really wonderful women cousins and I went on a hike on that segment through our farm, and it was spectacular. It is so beautiful. I really hadn't appreciated it. So I hope everyone can come out and enjoy that. But stay tuned. This wonderful Mammoth Hike 40 Challenge, we got a grant, and we are participating in developing a companion app, I guess, or it's part of the Ice Age Trail app that will highlight everything about our beautiful community. You're more involved in it than I am.
So what's really neat about this is it's going to show you our entire area, and you can build an itinerary right on the app. So if you wanted to come and spend some of your 40 miles here in Lodi, you can explore downtown as well. You can explore the region around the Ice Age Trail and go and visit our local shops. So we're trying to get this is all in the beginning stages. So the businesses don't quite know about it yet, but they'll get on board.
Surprise!
They're great, but we're gonna hopefully have an increase of traffic around that time, and so you can pop in and try our bakery in town and try the different coffees and try the different stuff all around it. It's just a really neat way to show who we are here in Lodi.
Absolutely wonderful. That's awesome. And right around the corner, we have Susie the Duck Day.
We do.
And it's a different kind of Susie Day this year. So why don't you fill us in on what's going on?
So Susie the Duck Day is happening, but read the fine print. It is different, and that's okay. We still wanted to celebrate Susie. Susie is very special here in Lodi, right?
Absolutely.
And, we decided to take this day and to use it as a great big fundraiser for our businesses that were financially impacted by the pandemic. As I mentioned, that our businesses typically are doing okay. There's some that aren't, and there's some that just need that extra little bit. And so what we're doing is on August 8th, which is Susie the Duck Day, every business in town or really around that wants to participate in our area is going to offer something special. Whether that's a menu item, whether that's a sale, whether that's a coupon or a comeback or whatever, something special. And you can only get it on that day. So if you go to our website, and that's just LodiLakeWisconsin.org, you will see under the Susie the Duck Day tab, you'll see all the specials for that day. They're already starting to roll in. But in addition to that, we are selling raffle tickets. So if you're familiar with Susie the Duck Day, we have amazing parade by the Rotary. We have a festival in the park. We have a duck race. We have so much fun stuff. Can't have that this year. And that's okay. We're going to adapt. And so the raffle that we're going to do, the tickets are $15. And the grand prize is a $250 gift certificate to Lodi Sausage. I know. I was like,
yeah,
I know.
That's
So
fantastic.
first place prize, which is really on par with the grand place prize, is a trunk full of groceries from Main Street Market.
Are you kidding me?
I know, I'm like, oh, I want to win
so
that one too.
thoughtful. Wow.
Yeah, and
Wow.
so that's first. Second place prize is a $50 gift certificate to PJ's Pizza.
Yum.
Yes.
Yum.
And then Lodi Chiropractic Clinic donated our third place prizes,
Mhm.
and there's 10 winners.
Wow.
And she is purchasing $25 gift certificates to various chamber members,
Oh, how
and
nice.
you will win one of those.
That's
So
fabulous.
it's a pretty good raffle
It sounds like
for
it.
not having a duck race or anything. And the best thing about this is every dime of proceeds goes right back into our business community.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So what we're going to do is those that are hurting, you know, if they're behind on an electric bill or whatever, the chamber, this is grant money. This is not loan. This is not, you know,
That's awesome.
you know, in X amount of years or whatever with this interest, you can pay us back. Nope, we don't want it back. We want this all to go back into our business community. And the chamber is not. The chamber per se is not benefiting from this, but we know that when our business community is thriving, we're thriving. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah. We also have yard signs as well to help
Mhm.
spread the word. And those are $10, but if you wanted to pay $25, you get a raffle ticket.
Wonderful.
So those are available at Main Street Market, Piggly Wiggly, and the Buttercream while supplies last.
Excellent. While supplies last.
Yes. Yes, there's only a certain amount of yard signs,
Okay.
which doesn't necessarily get you anything except showing your love and support.
Your pride for
Lodi
Susie
event.
and Lodi.
Yes.
Yes.
But yes, there's a limited amount of raffle tickets as well, so you better get out and get it because
Excellent.
those are some amazing prizes.
So you can get well fed if you win something.
Yeah.
And you're directly supporting our businesses. What a great
That's the best
idea.
part. Yeah.
Yeah, all of our festivals have had to either not happen this
I know.
year or take, so I applaud you guys figuring out a way to celebrate
Yeah.
Susie this year
Yeah.
where we can all participate. So, so on the 8th, shops will be open.
Yep,
You
shops
can
will be open.
check out what deals are available before the 8th. Head on down to Buttercream or out to Main Street Market and get your raffle tickets while supplies last.
Yeah.
That's fabulous.
And if you're a fan of the Kona Ice Truck, I hear it's coming back on that day.
I have not had that yet.
I have not either, and every time I look at it, I'm like, oh, I need the extra large. That looks
Sounds
so
amazing.
refreshing.
Yes, Jenny Larson
Yeah.
has been telling me how good it is.
Yeah, so
Oh,
now's
that's
your chance to
wonderful.
go grab one because that's a fundraiser for the Prairie Valley Resale.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah.
So along with supporting our businesses, of course, supporting endeavors like the Prairie Valley Resale Shop and the Reach Out Lodi. Reach Out has been doing amazing work since the beginning of the lockdown. I was privileged to be able to help out there for about 3 weeks before the election, and I got to help answer phones and pack food up. And the crew at Reach Out is absolutely amazing, and they are so hardworking and so dedicated. You all probably know, again, this Friday morning will be another food pickup over at the elementary school. I always call it the old high school since that's where I went to high school 150 years ago. So 10:30, cars start lining up a little bit earlier, but last week we did not run out of food. There was lots for folks, no questions asked. And some people are coming up in a minivan and picking up for 3 and 4 families. So please, if you know someone in need, please come over to the elementary school parking lot on Friday morning at 10:30. The distribution starts, and we will get you in and out of there as quickly as we can. There's a group of about 25 of us who go over and help get once the semi's unloaded from Second Harvest, we get 3 stations all set up, and once the cars start moving, it moves pretty quickly. So please come over and let's make sure none of our neighbors are in need and that no one is going hungry right now. Again, a blessing and a joy of being in a small community like this is the way we can take care of one another. So anything else you can think of that we should be out and about doing or thinking of or supporting? Or
I would just say, if you can, get out this weekend, say hi to a local business member.
And stay tuned. Kristi and I are trying to dream up different ways to, I'm hoping that we are going to have at least once a month or more support your local business days where we can, know that everybody's open and we're going to shop up a storm and and encourage people to come to Lodi to check out all of our fabulous shops. So we're cooking up all kinds of ideas during pandemic and post pandemic once we can all get out and about.
And I would say too, if you need a referral for anything, or if you're like, hey, I really need this service for something, contact the chamber. That's why we're there. We love connecting. We're in the business of connecting. You can find me on our website. My email address is super simple, info@lodilakeswisconsin.org. Shoot me an email, and I promise to get back to you as soon as I possibly can.
And I want to just say a shout out to Kristi. She's a one-person operation. She is incredible, and she's well connected to Columbia County Economic Development Corporation, the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation. She has been pushing information out about loans and grants to all of our businesses. I can't thank you enough. Our businesses are surviving and hopefully thriving in many cases thanks to your efforts, and I really appreciate it, and our community appreciates it. Okay, so we're about done. Just another reminder that we're going to be posting a link to our survey after this. Again, this will be happening every other Wednesday night, so if you have suggestions of locations for Blaze and me to go check out, or guests for the show, that would be fantastic. We're thinking about doing a live stream on Susie Day to promote a couple of cool initiatives. So Kristi will probably be joining us again that day. But this is our community. We are going to make of it what we want to make of it. We have control over what's happening here in our own backyard. So think about all we want our wonderful community to be and to become. And in the meantime, wear your mask, take care of one another, stay safe, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in 2 weeks.